Well, hey guys, I'm Dr. Ben, founder of Well Health and Chiropractic, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 things that you need to know about body mechanics. Number 1 is you need to know that discs are actually stronger than bones. A lot of times we think that these discs that are in between each bone are like the weak spot in our back because you herniate or bulge your discs, but nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, research shows that when your vertebrae are in the correct biomechanical position, you can put enough pressure on the spine to compress the spine that you will explode the bone before you explode the disc, because your discs are that tough as long as the bone's in the correct position. That's right, you guessed it. But when the vertebrae are in the wrong position, they shift out of position, now you're going to put abnormal load on that disc, and you can bend over to pick out a sock and blow out your back. And that's because your bones have to be in the right position for your discs to be strong. The second thing you need to know is that biomechanically, if you are somebody who spends time over a laptop, computer, watching TV, or driving in cars, of course we're going to use playing on your phone as another example, you are biomechanically putting your neck at risk for headaches. What you may not know is there's actually a vertebra right here in your back. It's called T3. It's your second thoracic vertebra that is biomechanically connected to C2, which is the second cervical vertebra. So when this vertebra shifts out of position from doing this, what it causes is your neck to go click-clack, and that causes headaches. As a matter of fact, we have a poster right here showing us that these are the top bones of the neck, and these muscles form a triangle, and out of that, you're going to see this nerve. It's called your greater occipital nerve. There, it's labeled greater occipital nerve. That nerve is actually the nerve that's going to come, the greater occipital nerve is going to come back around the head, causing headaches that feel like that they're behind your eyeballs and around your temples. The third thing that you need to know about body mechanics is that all osteoarthritis is caused by one thing, and that is stretched and torn ligaments. Your vertebrae are designed by God to have a ligament that's going to allow the vertebra to move and twist, but not cause the bones to shear. It's that shearing force that actually causes arthritis. It's what degenerates our discs and causes arthritis. I'm going to show you on x-ray. So if you can come in here and see this. So this is an example of somebody that, you see these little tips that come out on their vertebra there? See that? That's supposed to be a perfectly square vertebra, but because they have had arthritis, they've had a whiplash type of an event that has stretched and torn the ligaments in their neck, now their vertebrae are able to grind. And when they grind, they decrease the disc height. They cause that little, it's called your osteophyte around there in the front. And that is arthritis. It has nothing to do with how old you are. So how you fix that, by the way, is you have to move the vertebra back and then restabilize the muscles, ligaments, and tendons. That's what we do here at Well. The fourth thing that you have to know about body mechanics is that you get knee pain often because your hips are out of alignment. You want your pelvis to be perfectly level. And the reason that you want that is because when you walk, your pelvis is going to go back and forth and back and forth. Well, the problem is that, as you can see on this x-ray, when the pelvis gets dropped. So it'll drop on one side, and then it'll cause your spine to shift. When you see that drop in your pelvis, what that's going to cause you to do is essentially walk with a limp. And it's going to be on this just tiny little level, but it's going to actually cause you to walk with a limp, which is going to wear out your knee. So if you're somebody who has knee problems and you're afraid you're going to have to get a knee replacement or surgery or knee problems run in your family, make sure that you look at your pelvis. Because when your pelvis is perfectly lined up, you can run long distances and your knees won't get chewed up. The fifth and last thing that you need to know about body mechanics is that you need to have your upper 5 ribs in the right position in order for your hands and shoulders to feel good. A lot of people don't realize that your ribs can actually pop out of position, but they absolutely can. I've had more people come in with numbness and tinglings in their hands or aching down the back of their arm, and I'll feel the back of their spine, and you can feel there'll be a rib out of position underneath of their shoulder blade. What happens is the rib will actually pop out of position. It'll actually grind and rub on the back of your shoulder blade, and you have a lot of nerves coming down the back of your shoulder blade, so it can cause like twinges and tinglies. into your hand, and there's a very simple adjustment that you can do that will actually prevent that. As a matter of fact, one of my chiropractic teachers, he was Janet Evans, if you remember her, she was the Olympic backstroke swimmer. He was Janet Evans, chiropractor, and when she was 16, she was about to go to junior nationals, and her shoulder hurt so bad that she was about to literally swim junior nationals and then retire at 16 years old. And he was there, and he worked on her and actually put that rib back in position, and she wound up winning junior nationals, and I think she wound up winning like 5 gold medals. She's one of the most decorated female swimmers of all time.